And this is Best Local Carpet Cleaners video. Today I will tell you more about our terms and conditions and everything that you would like to know when booking your carpet cleaning appointment. First of our terms and conditions is the cancellation fee. Everyone is asking whether they will be charged if they want to cancel our appointment. The answer is no. If you cancel your appointment well in advance, we're not going to charge you anything at all. But if we turn up on your doorstep and you say that you don't need our services, then we would kindly ask you to cover our traveling cost and the time wasted. So I think that's only fair. The second part of our terms and conditions is that you get charged for what you have previously booked, and any additional items they want to add may be charged on top. So that's why we prefer to have all our bookings in writing, so we know exactly how many rooms you've booked, and if you wanted to add anything in addition to that, that will be charged additionally. It's not included in the price that's already been discussed. Okay. The next one is the time slot. Everyone has a time slot appointed to them, but I would kindly ask you to be more flexible with the time. Sometimes we're not able to predict any traffic on the road in bad weather, or we can't predict the exact amount of time that we need to spend on a job. So it really depends on the workload and the traffic. So we may be running late. We'll try to let you know well in advance if we are running late. So we're trying to be punctual. My team is normally early for appointments, so we try to be as punctual as possible, but please bear with us if we don't arrive on the minute. Okay. The next point in my terms and condition is the question about having a lift above a first floor. This is due to having a really heavy machinery. So if your flat has more than one set of stairs, we won't be able to do the job for you, I'm afraid. The machines are really heavy and we would require a lift if it's not a house and if it's more than one staircase. Okay, I'm really sorry if someone is disappointed, or we won't be able to service them due to having too many staircases to reach their property. Okay, the next stage is arranging the parking. So we would be grateful if you could arrange the parking space for us. Sometimes there is a parking permit that needs to be obtained in order for us to park in front of your property. And if it's paid parking, we would kindly ask you to pay for our parking for the hour or two that we'll be doing your property. Ideally, we would like you to have a driveway, but that'll be in a perfect world. Okay. If you live in central London, where there is a congestion charge and ULE's charge, you will have to pay for those on top as well. That's about £30 or so. So I will let you know if you are within the zone and if you have to pay for those. So you're not going to be surprised on the day. Okay. Once we are at the property, we would like to have an adult present, simply because if you leave your kids at home on their own and my team arrives and want to have work done, we don't want to have any issues where we get accused of doing something inappropriate with a child. So we always want to have an adult present. Okay. Also, when we complete the job, we would ask you to be there to just to have a look at the work done and tell us whether it's satisfactory or not. This is really important. We don't want you to be away of the property when we leave, simply because we would want you to approve the job and then of course pay for it. If you're not present, we would assume that everything is done perfectly and you're happy with the work provided, so it will be counted as a sign off. Okay, we would also need access to water, running water. It doesn't have to be hot water, as long as it's running water, and electricity. Once we're at the property, we need somewhere to plug our machines, and we need to be able to use water to fill up the machine with. Okay, we're not able to carry that with us, so we would like you to provide that for us. Okay, after the cleaning, you would probably want to know whether you can walk onto the carpets. They will still be a little bit wet once we finish. They normally slightly damp. The machines are quite powerful, so it would extract almost all the moisture. So the carpets will not be soaking wet, they will be just slightly damp. So it just still needs a couple of hours to dry completely. Let's say between 2 and 4 hours. If you open the windows and put the heating on, it will speed up the drying process. That will be it depends on the type of carpet as well. If you got a thicker carpet, it could take longer to dry. If it's the weather is if it's a rainy day, it may take longer to dry as well. It also depends on the room ventilation and stuff like that. But if you open the windows and put the heating on, that should be able to provide a good ventilation and will be dry in a couple of hours. We always provide plastic overshoes so you can still use the room while the carpet is still a little bit damp. Okay, so don't worry about that. In terms of stains, we do treat all stains, but as you may know, not all stains are removable. They can be permanent or damaged. Okay. Excuse me. So we'll do our best, but we can't guarantee complete removal of all stains. Okay. This is something you need to understand, because we don't want you to on the next day to turn around and say, look, you haven't cleaned my stain. This is what I've hired you for. You have to understand that we do our best. We use different types of stain removal products. And if the stain still hasn't been removed, that means that it's one of the difficult ones, that it's just a permanent stain, that we're not going to be able to do it even if we keep returning and keep redoing it. Okay. In terms of payment, we normally take cash payment or card payment on completion. So once we've done the job, we would like you to see it and to approve it. And that's when we would kindly ask you to make the payment to us. We have stopped accepting any bank transfers due to just to avoid any fraud. So we would like you to be present, and we would like you to pay cash or card if you can do that for us. Okay, we won't be able to refund any money if you let's say after a week or so you decide that you're not happy with anything. Once you said that you're happy with the job on the day and you have make a payment, we won't be able to do any refunds. Okay, any revisits, if we have done an error, we don't mind returning and redoing it free of charge. But if it's something that it's not our fault and it can't be amended, we will not be able to offer you a free revisit, I'm afraid. Okay, so this is most of our terms and conditions. Let me know if you want to know anything else, and I'll be happy to help. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you and goodbye.